Ever wish you knew what your teenager was thinking? My next guest is helping parents get inside their teen's head, sharing the questions she says teens wish they could ask their moms and dads. Psychologist and Studio 5 contributor Dr. Liz Hale is here with insight to help parents and teens better connect. I'm years away from this, but I am all ears already. No easy task here that parents have at hand. And really, it's a parent's job to shape their kids, but you say oftentimes it works in reverse, and teenagers in particular end up shaping their moms and dads.
It can work that way. Well, teenagers are kind of screaming out like, pay attention to who I am. You know, I'm not your property. Don't tell me who you need me to be. Let me tell you who I am. So if parents really listen, I think they can be quite inspired. I've just learned to say less and listen more, and boy, they really do teach me, just as a therapist.
So listening is top of the list.
Well, listening, and that I'm really genuinely interested. You know, you can't pull something over on teens, Brooke. They're sharp, and they get it. They get if you're not sincerely interested. I had a 15-year-old client just yesterday say to me, she said these words, well, you know, parents, they have to love their kids, but they really don't like them. So, and I think she speaks for many teens, they get this idea that the adults around them really don't care for them. So how is that, and what can we do differently?
Care for them as people, as the young adults they're shaping out to be.
That's the impression I got from this particular young woman.
Yeah. You recently saw the movie Lady Bird, and it's a film, I haven't seen it myself, but a film about the relationship between a mother and a daughter. There's a scene in the movie that you say illustrates what a lot of teens wish they could ask their parents.
You know, it's an independent film. I can't say I recommend the whole movie, right? Because it's Hollywood. But this one particular clip I really liked. So
let's take a look.
Pay attention.
I love it.
Is it too pink? What?
Why can't you say I look nice?
I thought you didn't even care what I think.
I still want you to think I look good.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was telling you the truth. You want me to lie?
No, I mean, I wish that you liked me.
Of course I love you.
But do you like me?
I want you to be the very best version of yourself that you can be.
What if this is the best version?
Oh, wow.
I
wow.
know. Isn't that
That's
lovely?
a heart squeeze, and you know what's the hardest part of watching that is you see a lot of truth reflected in that, right? In that relationship, in that conversation.
Yeah. Boy, you know, let's not fight over fabric. You know, let's just hit that off, you know, cut that off in the past. If it covers enough, it's enough, right? That would be the least of our worries. Say yes to the dress, Mom. If that girl says, I love it, it's like, great, wrap it up, we're going home. Good enough. In other words, often I hear from teens is like, when I go shopping with my mom, she does these nonverbal cues like, well, you know what I mean? The things we do. We just do them naturally, probably as women especially. And it's like, what, Mom? Oh, nothing. So sadly, what the message is I don't care for what you're choosing, what you're wearing, but more significantly, I don't really care for you. That's what the teen picks up on.
That's how they interpret it.
That's not a parent's intention, but that's how a teen receives it.
So this first question, do you love me, but do you like me?
Do you like me, and what do you like about me, right? So leave beauty aside, because that's fleeting, or athleticism, but you know what I really love? I love what a good, loyal friend you are. You have always been a good judge on character. You've always chosen well, sweetheart, on your friends. I really value that. You work so hard on your homework or your grades. It shows that. I love your dreams. What do you like about them and love about them? And tell them. They just are desperate to hear that.
Another question you say they're desperate to hear the answer to is, what do you see in me, Mom and Dad? What do you see in me?
What do you see in me? You know, I got to go back to that movie and also music. I think it's so helpful. Do you see me is kind of what I'm picking up from that question too, is do you see me? You know, they want you as a parent to look at them. And sometimes music and movies are the best way to do that. Just yesterday, the same 15-year-old, she says, you know what? Here's a song, she's scrolling on her phone. Here's a song that's exactly how I feel. This artist nailed it. It was by NF, I think. And I can't remember the title of it, but it was so impressive that I've disappointed you, something along those lines. And it was powerful. She goes, man, they just hit it on the head. That's how I feel. So we brought Mom in, and we were telling Mom that the song would soon be coming to her from her daughter's phone. And the mom, I was so proud of her. She was ready with her own song. She goes, well, let me tell you how I felt about you. And it's Rascal Flatts' My Wish, another tearjerker, just a really sweet song about how I love you and I want the best for you. You know, that your dreams will come true.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh my gosh, we could use that more often. There's such talented artists and script writers who are really genius in how they can draw out from us what it feels to be a teen, what it feels to be a frustrated parent.
I like that.
And you just want to connect.
I like that, connecting and communicating through music.
So use that.
Question number 3, will you help me with them? Who's them?
Help me with them, yes. That's usually the peer group, right? Anyone outside the net of this safe family. And peers are so important. If parents could learn to embrace them, they would be much further ahead of the game. In other words, encourage their children to bring their peers over, provide food for them, encourage them to put their phones down so they learn how to connect. It's so important for them to learn how to connect to a human being.
I've watched this with my own sisters, my younger sisters, that friends really are an extension of them. And as you talk about the friends, it reflects on them. It's important. It's important.
Well, and they're beginning to learn how to relate, right? This sets them up for marriage, becoming parents, becoming college students, doing well.
About a minute left. A couple more questions. Can I just chill and relax, Mom? Can I just chill?
I think we underestimate how stressed teens really are. You know, they have academics, activities, parents, and peers. Let them just hang out.
Will you be disappointed if I fail?
Yeah, boy, and encourage them to fail every day and model failure for them, that you risk something and it didn't work out so well, if it's a new recipe or a job or whatever it might be. But let failure just be natural and normal. And it's like, you did it. I'm so proud of you. You went for it and it didn't work out, and you probably learned even more had you than had you won or that had gone well. But sweetheart, next time, keep it up. What did you learn? Have those conversations. Say, applaud you. We don't want that teacup generation to when the slightest chip, they come running home from college. We want them to be really experienced at failure and picking themselves up and saying, let's try again.
Which takes a brave parent, an engaged parent.
Yep. Courage, I think, is the most important trait we could teach our youth.
I love it, Liz.
And the best trait we could model.
I love it. This was a powerful conversation.
Oh, thank you
you so much.